But we begin with a quote from Donald Trump. He said this, quote, "Whether you like it or not," on the night before Halloween. Trump resorting to scare tactics as part of his closing argument to the women of America. There's no way to describe just how ominous and, frankly, creepy Donald Trump's comments were at his rally about women in Wisconsin last night. So here they are, the disgraced, convicted, 4 times indicted, liable for sexual abuse and defamation ex-president in his own words.
I want to protect the women of our country. I want to protect the women. Sir, please don't say that. Why? They said we think it's very inappropriate for you to say. So why? I'm president. I want to protect the women of our country. They said. They said, sir, I just think it's inappropriate for you to say. Pay these guys a lot of money. Can you believe it? I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not.
So much, right? First of all, you're not president. Second, how bad is it? It's so bad your team says it's inappropriate. And third, like it or not, we don't like it. The Trump campaign is seeking to spin the comments about saying he's protecting women from the border or something. But Trump lets the mask slip and gives it all away in that clip when he says that his advisors keep telling him not to say that he wants to, quote, protect the women. His campaign knows that his creepy claim to protect the women is failing in the face of a campaign where misogyny is one of its features, a core message. The New York Times reports this, quote, over the course of the campaign, Trump and his allies have made a series of misogynistic, sexualized attacks against Ms. Harris. In August, Trump used his social media website to amplify a crude remark about her that falsely suggested she had traded sexual favors to help her political career. On Sunday at his Madison Square Garden rally, one speaker referred to Ms. Harris as having pimp handlers, and a super PAC financed by his ally Elon Musk released an ad that called her a C word, although the ad eventually revealed that the C word was communist rather than the slur for women. Okay. And Trump's claim to protect women. Wait a minute, let me go back to that. Who's ever afraid to say the whole thing? Communist. No one. Trump's claim to protect women also flies in the face of his years-long history of misogyny. Dozens of claims and allegations of sexual misconduct, disdain, and pride in taking away women's rights to make choices about our bodies.
I better use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just like, I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the I can do anything.
And you say, and again, this has become very famous in this video, I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the you can do anything. That's what you said, correct?
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the
Well, that's what it's. If you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
And you consider yourself to be a star?
I think you can say that, yeah.
But you running for president of the United States will be chief executive of the United States. Do you believe believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form. You will be protected, and I will be your protector. Women. Women will be happy, healthy, confident, and free. You will no longer be thinking about abortion.
So much to unpack. For a million years, the dinosaurs and I have been grabbing. It's insane. But there's good news. Luckily for women and men disgusted by all or any of that, There is a real choice in this election. Here's what Vice President Harris has to say about it.
I will comment on the former President Donald Trump's remark about women and whether they like it or not. And listen, it actually is, I think, very offensive to women in terms of not understanding their agency, their authority, their right, and their ability to make decisions about their own lives, including their own bodies. And this is just the latest on a series of reveals by the former president of how he thinks about women and their agency. Whether he has said, as he has, that women should be punished for their choices, whether he has talked about his pride in taking away a fundamental right from women, whether it be how he has actually created a situation in America where now 1 in 3 women lives in a Trump abortion ban state and has legal restrictions on the right she rightly should have to make decisions about her own body.
That is where we start today with Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I've worked on campaigns, and in the closing days, you're usually presenting your message with everything you've got, and the other side is pushing back. I've never seen a campaign where you're making this message about what you will do to protect women's right to make their own choices, and Donald Trump is the one saying, and I will force them whether they want to or not. What do you make of how this is coming down to the wire?
When Donald Trump says that he will protect women whether they like it or not, this isn't about protection. This is about control. No abuser starts out by telling a woman, oh, it's, I want control. They start out by saying, it's going to be great. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to take care of you. And I will make your decisions. I will make sure what happens in your life. And that they will seize control over the most important decisions you make. Donald Trump is being Donald Trump. He is showing us what a serial abuser does. And he wants to have that kind of power over women all across this country. And for every woman for whom that sends a chill down your spine, for yourself, for your sister, for your daughter, for your cousin, for your next door neighbor, know that between now and November 5th, Donald Trump doesn't have the power. You have the power. You have the ability to go to the polls and say no to Donald Trump. You have the power to do that. And if you've already voted, you also have the power to bring more people to the polls, to volunteer, to make sure that your cousin and your sister and your neighbor all make it to the polls. Donald Trump has put one of the central questions of this campaign right in front of us. Are we going to elect a serial abuser who wants to control people whether they like it or not, who wants to make those decisions about their bodies, about how they live their lives? Or are we going to take this power in a democracy and say no to a petty tyrant and abuser like Donald Trump, and instead use our power to vote for Kamala Harris? I think he's making the case for the contrast between the two.